Okay, so you're showing up, you're posting consistently, your content looks good, the offer's legit, but the leads, they dry, the sales, slow as hell. And you're starting to wonder, is it me? Is it the offer? Is it the algorithm? Well, I want to stop you right there because it's none of that. It's your system. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why your leads aren't converting and what to shift to fix it fast. By the way, I'm your girl, Latesha Lynch. I'm your content and marketing strategist for service providers like you who want consistent leads without launching, daily posting, or burning out. If you want to learn how to market with your energy, not against it, make sure you hit subscribe and tap that bell so that you know when I'm putting new videos out. Okay. So let's get into what's really going on with your marketing and why it's not converting the way it should be, even when you're doing all the things. First of all, let's start here because this is where most people go left. You're showing up, you're posting consistently, you're saying all the right things, but you're treating content, like I said, like a megaphone instead of a magnet. And what I mean by this is you're talking at your audience, not pulling them into something. There's no path, there's no clear story or journey, no next step. It's like telling a good story and then just walking off the stage before the ending. It's like you have authority in your industry, cool. You're educating, great. But where is this content leading people? Because if it's not designed to guide them towards something, you're just out here giving vibes, and vibes don't pay invoices. So it's like this. Imagine you're at a store, right? And you walk by the display for that cute ass air fryer everyone on TikTok has. The display has lights, signs, reviews, all of that, okay? So now you're interested. You pick up the box, but there's no price, no details, and no info on how it actually works. And when you go to find someone to help, nobody's around. So what do? You put that damn box back on the shelf and you keep it moving. Not because it wasn't good, but because the brand made it too hard to say yes. That's what your content is doing. It's showing people the box, but giving them zero reasons or directions to buy. And here's the gag. Your content probably does look and sound good, but without a system behind it, without a rhythm, a journey, and a strategy, it's literally just floating out here hoping the right person stumbles across it and somehow pieces it together on their own. And that's not sustainable, and it's definitely not strategic. And most importantly, that's not going to be scalable for you. That's why when I do my content clarity scan service, I audit your content like a buyer would, not as a coach, not as a marketer, but as someone who's just landed on your page trying to figure out if you're the one. Because if your content doesn't walk me through a decision, if it doesn't help me feel seen, understood, and also led, then I'm not buying, and neither are they. And when you can't see what your content is actually saying or not saying to your audience, you're stuck shouting out into the void, hoping that something lands. But once you understand how your content feels on the receiving end, you stop treating it like a megaphone and you start building it like a magnet, because content that attracts leads, it doesn't yell louder, it resonates deeper. And that's what gets people to move. Second thing is, you're getting visibility, but not qualified leads. So you've got the reach, the likes are there, the saves, they're cute, the views climbing, it's giving. But the people showing up in your inbox, they're not ready. They're not aligned, and they are not buying. Why? Well, because your content is catching attention, but it's not catching the right people. And so you're attracting folks who are curious, but not committed, right? They're lurkers, not buyers, window shoppers, not the ones headed to the checkout. And it's not because your content isn't performing. Like I said, it's giving you numbers. It's because it's not positioning you though. It's like running an ad for a luxury facial in a gym locker room. Sure, it gets eyeballs, but are they the people who are really gonna drop $300 on skincare, or just folks looking for a free towel and a quick rinse? You know what I'm saying? That's what misaligned messaging does. It puts you in front of the wrong audience, or worse, it sends the right audience the wrong signals. Because listen, visibility is only the first part. If your content isn't doing the work of qualifying leads, then it's just noise. And that noise is wasting your time. And I know you feel that right now because the goal isn't just visibility. Engagement doesn't always equal effectiveness. Virality doesn't always mean value. And high performing content doesn't mean high converting content. Because listen, visibility, again, is just the first part. But if your content isn't doing the work of also qualifying those leads, then again, it's just noise. And that noise, once again, wasting your time. Resonance is what converts. When I do coin collecting strategy as my service, this is a different service, we map out exactly how your message positions both you and the offer so that the right people don't just notice you, they see you as the next step, and then they actually pay to take that next step. Because I don't play about what my people are doing with their time. So I have a question for you, and I want you to let me know in the comments, what's been the most frustrating part about your leads not converting lately? Is it they're ghosting you? Are you getting a lot of price objections? Is it just silence? I'm really curious and I really want to hear it. So now let's move on to point 3. You're not marketing with momentum, you're marketing with memory. So you post when you remember, you send the email when you feel inspired, you show up when the guilt hits you really hard enough, not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, obviously, but because you've just never had a system. So everything, like in the system that actually works for you when I say that. So everything kind of feels like a one-off decision. Like it's like trying to meal prep, but there's nothing in the fridge. So you keep opening the door, hoping something magically appears, and then you end up ordering Uber Eats again because you're hungry, tired, and over it. That's what marketing without momentum feels like. You know you need to show up, you want to show up, but you're always kind of like behind, always rushing, and always questioning what the hell you're supposed to say. And that on the fly, I'll figure it out when I sit down to write marketing. It's the reason you feel so scattered right now. It's why leads slow down. It's definitely why your confidence is starting to crack. So when I do my content clarity scan service, which is clearly about content, I don't just tell you what's wrong. I rebuild the entire content rhythm. I give you a marketing schedule, a priority system, and a repurposing flow you can actually keep up with based on how you work, not how the algorithm works. So you're not guessing what to post, you're not scrambling at the last minute, and you're not depending on creativity to carry the whole strategy. You'll know exactly what to do and when to do it to keep leads flowing without, the confusion, the chaos. Because marketing momentum doesn't come from showing up more, it comes from knowing what moves the needle and then being able to just repeat that. And my last point I'm going to make before I wrap this up is you're selling offers, not outcomes. So listen, I know your offer is good, and I know you poured time and thought and value into it, but here's the real question. Do your leads know that? Because if your content is spending more time talking about 8 coaching calls, lifetime access, and a 5-step process than it does the results that the thing actually delivers, you've already lost them. You're talking like the itinerary of a vacation instead of the experience, and that's the part buyers want to feel. So I'm gonna make it plain and simple with an example. Imagine you're planning a vacation and the brochure just says 3 plane rides, 6 nights in a hotel, complimentary towel service, optional activities to be discussed, versus one that says wake up to ocean views in Tulum, eat handmade empanadas by the beach at sunset, swim in a private cenote that's not on Google Maps, come home more rested than you've felt in years. Which one are you booking? Exactly. Same trip, different positioning. And your offer is no different. If your content doesn't make the result feel real, buyers do not connect, and when they don't connect, they don't convert. When I do the content clarity scan, I don't give you just feedback on your content. I show you exactly how to shift from here's what you get to here's what this changes. We go piece by piece and refine the way your offer shows up online so it speaks directly to the buyer's real problem and positions you as the obvious solution, because clarity is what sells. Features do not, especially high ticket and premium. And when your message reflects the transformation your people are actually craving, you don't just get more leads, you get more ready ones. I'm curious though, if you want to see what this looks like in real life, in the description, I'm going to link a video of how my client, Alli, which you'll probably see a little pop-up here too, went from getting a flood of leads with barely any conversions to actually hitting her launch goals and selling without even showing up. So make sure you check out that case study if you're just curious and you don't believe that this is possible based on your current situation, because I promise it is. So I want to recap real quick, because if this video hit, I want you to really sit with what you just heard. You're putting out content, but it's not leading anywhere. You're visible, but the right people still aren't biting. You're showing up, but it's off of memory, not momentum. And you're selling, but not selling the right thing. And here's the truth that brings it all home. It's not your work that's the problem. It's how your content is carrying that work online. So if you're tired of wondering why your leads aren't converting and you're ready for content and marketing that actually moves people, then you would want to book a content clarity scan, which is where we'll pinpoint exactly where your message is missing the mark, and I'll show you how to fix it so it attracts the right people with real urgency. And if what you really need is a full marketing system that runs with your energy and not on top of it, then you're the kind of person who really just needs to book the coin collecting strategy service, because that's where we create a full sustainable marketing strategy that brings in leads even when you're off the grid. Both links will be in the description below, and trust me, this is the work that changes everything. And make sure you subscribe so that you can keep up with everything that I post here on this channel.